All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and me doing the podcast here on Sunday morning. So, yesterday on Twitter, Neal Schon absolutely played a great, fun April Fool's joke, primarily on Jonathan Cain. And I've got the audio here, and you've got to hear this to actually really appreciate it. So, here we go.
Yo, bro.
Hey, brother, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro. Good day.
I just want to show you.
Yes.
You've been so great, man. And I'm so proud of your sobriety. You and I have been sober forever.
Yep.
That I bought this whole fleet of jets. I put it on the new Nemoda corporate.
Oh, man. All right. So if you missed that, Neal Schon and Dean Castronova, they're at the airport. And Neal is looking out at all these airplanes. And he's like, hey, man, I just bought all these jets and put it on the Nemoto credit card. I love this.
And as you notice, we have an N443QS.
Yes.
We have an N6772QS.
Okay.
We have an N507Q5.
Oh.
We have an N775QS. And we have an N652QS.
Okay. Yeah, it's just, I don't know if he's just making up these numbers, but this is just comedy gold here. Let's continue with this.
So, there you have it, bro. It's just this, which one
Oh,
would you
one.
like?
Okay, I want the N67 because I like 1967. That's a great year for cars.
1967.
Yes.
All right, so Dean says he wants the N67 because it's a great year for cars, and they have a shot of all of these private jets all lined up. And hey, you know what? I think I need a jet, guys. I mean, if you can afford all these jets for everybody, the real music observer needs a jet.
I'm sure John won't mind, will you, John? It's all easy.
Oh my gosh. And then the ending just shows Neal with this grin on his face, and he's just looking at the camera. You know what, folks? This is awesome on a number of levels because we really need this. If you're a Journey fan right now and you've been, going through and watching some of these developments going back and forth, and I mentioned this a couple of times, but there was this video that someone sent me, and it's someone, and again, I'm not going to mention any names, all right, but it's someone who's affiliated or associated with this situation, making some very threatening and crazy comments, just crazy comments. And to me, at that point, no matter who is doing what as far as the credit card situation goes and the lawsuits going back and forth, that turned really crazy dark. All right, that's just, even if it's unintentional, even if it's, I'm lifting it out of context, I don't think so. Everybody who I know who's seen that video says to me, wow, this person is nuts. That's what they told me. And, for those of you who follow a certain strain of Christianity, you really need to re-examine what you're doing and if it's real or if it's a way just to fleece people and to play on their emotions. Because I look at it as fleecing people and playing on their emotions. And, when Team Schon was talking about who was really being spiritual, I think they had a point, even though I don't think Neal or his wife are overtly spiritual at all. But there are things that you do, there are behaviors that you engage in, which make you either more or less spiritual every single day. You can cooperate with God's grace or you can work against it. And I don't think the Shons are working against it in some ways. Certainly they're living a decadent lifestyle, and you can you can fault them for wanting all of these jets. By the way, again, this is a tongue-in-cheek video, an April Fool's joke, and hopefully John has a sense of humor and he can laugh at this, because I got to tell you, it's really comical. Also, the fact that Dean is by Neal's side, all right? Dean has been through a lot. Neal mentioned the thing about sobriety, and also Neal mentioned his own sobriety, which I thought was kind of maybe some new information as far as his adult beverage consumption habits. Good for him. Good for him, and that should be applauded. And if anything, that's something that Team Cain should celebrate, regardless of who's using the credit card and who's running up the tab. At the end of it all, you don't get to keep all this stuff. You know what I mean? At the end of all of this, everybody winds up in the same place, unless Elon Musk can figure something out quickly, and there are going to be strings attached. And a lot of people will go down that road to try to outwit, the Grim Reaper. But at the end of it all, this is just a fun ride that everybody's on. And I really enjoyed this. They're at the airport and it's just funny. And Dean's going along. It's like an Abbott and Costello routine, basically. And Neal's going through all of these numbers. And I don't even know if the numbers are legit, but this is just hysterical. So go over to Twitter and check this out. Somebody by the name of B West 2000 over on Twitter retweeted this. And also, if you follow Neal, there have been a lot of interesting tweets and retweets over there with a little bit more substance and seriousness over this one. But man, do we need this stuff. I love this. And God bless Neal. God bless Dean. They're out there. They were at, I think, over in Tulsa, Oklahoma, maybe last night, which, from what I remember, I think Neal Schon was born pretty close to that location. I think he was born on a military base, and he recently had a birthday. So anyway, this is just comedic gold. This is hysterical. And everybody, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all the new subscribers coming on board. Don't forget Patreon for $1 a month if you can afford to support the channel. Also, YouTube memberships. I really appreciate those, as well as more people sign up for that. And just general support for the channel. Big shout out to Darby. Darby knows who she is. She's fantastic, and she's really helped with a lot of things over the past few years as far as financial support. And I really appreciate her and her family and what they do. In the meantime, folks, check out the video, because you really have to laugh. And this one, this one is just one of the best things I've seen in a long time.